Welcome to Body, Arms and Legs Interaction Bundle.
In this bundle, Daria and I designed exercises to guide your awakening to the interaction and coordination of your subcenters of your arms, subcenters of your legs, to the main centers of your trunk. Now, after you've learned how to coordinate your trunk, it is obviously very important to learn how to interact and how to make arms and legs relate, interact and coordinate with the activity of your trunk. And the training we have designed will guide you through exercises, and we will also share information with you to guide you through this process. You will find great benefits by awakening to this coordination. When we dance, we want to be total, and therefore it is very important to learn how not to hold our arms or legs, but how to coordinate them and make them interactive with what happens in the trunk.
So enjoy the process and explore as much as you can.
And now we're going to see how to apply the counter-rotation principles to movement. So as we described in the previous videos, the whole purpose of these exercises is to learn how to have a beautiful, smooth transition in the body and therefore the balance. Now I want you to relate these three major centers that we discussed over and over to the three sub-centers in your arm. Okay, so three major centers and three sub-centers in the arms. Now, the sub-centers in the arms relate directly to the three major centers. Now, this means that the collarbone center is related to the shoulder center, the rib cage is related to the elbow. So you can see that as I'm changing my rib cage, the elbow is also responding. And the pelvic area center is related to your wrist and hands. So as you are now starting to do the exercises, I wanted to involve also the activity of your arms, becoming aware of them. Now, in relationship to the leg, same process. So you have a hip joint, you have a knee joint, and you have an ankle joint. Now, if you imagine for a moment that you have your leg next to you, and create the same relationship. So your hip joint will be related to your collarbone, your knee joint related to your rib cage, and your ankles related to your pelvic area. Now this means that any movement that I have in the pelvic area will affect my ankle. Any movement that I will have in my rib cage will affect the knee. Any movement that I will have in the collarbone will affect the shoulder, and the shoulder will affect the hip joint. So at the end, you may realize why becoming aware of these three major centers becomes a great priority, because once these three major centers are coordinated, you just have to apply and relate the three sub-centers in your arms and hip joint, knee and ankle in your leg to that basic movement of the trunk. So I suggest you try and you bring awareness first of all to your collarbone, relating it, let's say, to your shoulders. Yeah? So you become aware of the movement of the collarbone and of your shoulders. Then you bring your awareness to your rib cage, and you're aware of your elbows, how they are also responding to the rib cage. And then you do the same through the pelvic area in your wrist. So for example, if your wrist is tense, your pelvic area also will become tense. Yeah? So the wrist also have to be allowed to respond to what the pelvic area does. And then you apply the same to your legs. So, and this is important to understand. Okay, so your pelvic area is not really directly related to your hip joint, although they're so close to each other. But actually, your pelvic area is controlling your ankle. So if you want to use your ankle, you're going to use your pelvic area to do that. So it's going to be your pelvic area that introduces the action of the ankle. If you want to use your knee, you're going to use your rib cage. So you're not going to use the knee separately. Now you're losing connection, but from the rib cage, you're going to affect your knee, and so on. These slow movements with great awareness will help you to learn how to begin to apply the exercises that you previously saw to your arms and also to your legs.